Welcome all sports fans and everyone across the nation. This is another episode of Uneducated Sports Talk. I am your host, Carlos Clayton, and we are going to break down the likelihood of a Kansas City Chiefs three-peat, which has never been done in the Super Bowl era. But before we do that, please don't forget, hit that like button for the stream and hit that subscribe button to be part of Uneducated Sports Talk. We go live all the time, live commentary, play-by-play reaction, mini cash prize and giveaways, also from Uneducated Sports Talk, but it belongs to our subscribers. So if you love what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button and smash that like button for this stream and our other streams as well have been done in the past. So thank y'all for the love and the support. Let's break down a Kansas City Chiefs likelihood of a three-peat. But before we talk about this season, let's go back to last year where they were their most vulnerable, right? Offense, very limited, and that is with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce relatively healthy all season. But to, I guess, counter that, you had to have a great defense. And for the first time, the Chiefs had a really, really good defense under Steve Spagnuolo, who's also, a DC guru. We know how he does. But Chris Jones was heavily involved. And to say they had no other big names besides Chris Jones is a testament to the coaching staff, especially on the defensive side for the Chiefs, right? But they made things happen when the offense struggled all year mightily from the wide receiver position, because if your best player is an unknown rookie for the receivers, that doesn't bode well for most teams. But when you have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, I call the GOAT, things could find a way to get better with him. And all you got to do is pretty much be game manager-ish. And that's not Pat Mahomes at all. But if he's limited to that role, he is the best ever to be on that role. So what am I saying? The most vulnerable we've seen them, issues all year on the offensive side. But they still got the third seed, which was like a hooray for the rest of the AFC, dealing with the Dolphins, the Bills, the Ravens, those kind of teams, right? They're like, yeah, finally, we've got the Chiefs on the rope, and they are faltering. But if you don't believe me, I also do a show called Tuesdays with TJ from this channel as well, our NFL podcast. And when I saw the Dolphins were going to face the Chiefs, I had picked right there Kansas City to win the Super Bowl for a two-peat. Don't know why. It was a gut feeling, and they usually don't work out. This one did. But here's my thing. Last year, you're on the ropes. Your offense is dreadful when it comes down to your receiving game. Pacheco's doing fairly well from the running back position. But, they get the home game in Arrowhead against Miami, who just doesn't love the cold. That was an easy victory, although it was still a defensive battle, I would say. But now you have the Bills, and you got to go to Buffalo. It's the first time in that little rivalry where the Bills now have the home field advantage. They feel like, oh, this is our time. This is what we've been working for these last couple of years, a spot like here. And the Chiefs just basically overwhelmed Buffalo in Buffalo. You're like, yo, what the fudge cake is that about? Buffalo, all that time, you needed home field advantage and this excuse and that excuse. And the Chiefs go into Buffalo and get a dub. And that really let me know, well, they're going to beat the Ravens, And the Ravens went in there and, laid an egg pretty much. The Chiefs went to Super Bowl, beat the 49ers, and they were Super Bowl champions. And it's like, wow, this team, very unlikely during the entire regular season. For one thing's for sure, two things certain, they have the GOAT. Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And I've literally this year put him as the best quarterback ever. He does it, in my opinion, to win the Super Bowl. A lot of folks want to compare the Super Bowls with him and Tom Brady. That's fine. I'm going quarterback by quarterback. How does he look at the quarterback position? That's why Dan Marino's my GOAT quarterback, because just pure quarterback, I thought Dan Marino was the GOAT. But now Pat Mahomes, he can just do it all, right? Good defense, no defense, bad offense, good offense, right? Oh my goodness. Well, so they win the Super Bowl, and you're like, man, okay, they're back-to-back champions, and they won that second one at their freaking lowest. Well, you mean to tell me a back-to-back champion just got better? Yes, they did. Here's why. Obviously, that defense isn't going anywhere. They lost a good cornerback this year in free agency, um, but I mean, that's just one cornerback, and he'll be fine. He'll be replaced, and not necessarily to the guy's standard, but Steve was a pretty good cornerback, and he went to the Tennessee Titans for a third-round pick, and we knew they'd use that in the draft somewhere to whatever. But one man, especially from the cornerback position, doesn't just change your defense drastically, right? Especially that was his first year really becoming who he is. So it wasn't too difficult to replace Snead, albeit he had a great year last year with the Chiefs. You have Chris Jones, but most importantly, you have Steve Spagnuolo and that crew. That defensive coordinator and his crew, they have been amazing over the last couple of years for the Chiefs, and they'll continue to do that as well. So one, your defense, which was a top 3 defense last year, especially in points per game in today's NFL, where it's like sling that rock and points galore, they really stood out to say, yeah, we're not giving up any kind of points. They only gave up more than 20 points, I believe, like 2 times last year. Mind-boggling, right? Like, it was crazy how good that defense was. Well, they didn't really change up too much. And now you add more pieces to the offense. Once again, mind you, the same offense, albeit struggled, won a Super Bowl, you guys. Come on, get that right. Get that right. You mean to tell me Travis Kelce, although he's another age older, he looks like he's fine. He's ready to go again for another spectacular year from the tight end position. Pat Mahomes is the GOAT. We're not worried about him. That running game with Pacheco isn't going anywhere as well. I like the fact that he is a bruiser and he loves what he does. Boom. Now, albeit they won the Super Bowl, it didn't come without distractions. And we talked about the effort of the receiving corps, which is none. A lot of drop balls, a lot of miscommunication. Kadarius Toney, he was the guy dropping the footballs, and it made a big deal, right? So a lot of controversy with that. A lot of games literally went on receivers just dropping footballs, which is mind-boggling, right? It's there, just bloop. But the biggest distraction came from the beautiful, also talented Taylor Swift. We all know she's dating Travis Kelce, but oh my goodness, the drama with Taylor Swift coming in and being a Chiefs fan all of a sudden, she not only brought herself, but the Swifties, which is a cult, you guys. If you don't know, that's Taylor Swift's fans or stans, and they will rock with Taylor Swift all day. And it became annoying when you are a grown man and you have to answer questions on the daily about a pop star, the biggest pop star, maybe compared to Beyonce probably, right? But Taylor Swift, that kind of gets tiring when you got to answer questions about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, their dating life, and the Swifties, and it gets annoying. I get it. A lot of distractions. And on top of that, they weren't playing well, and they still won the Super Bowl. So it can only go up from here. Buffalo Bills had the, I want to say 30th or 31st pick, whatever it was, right? They're picking high. And they decide, no, we want to trade up. And we'll give that pick to the Chiefs. Mind you, it was for certain both these teams were in desperate need of wide receivers. The Bills had just let go of Stephon Diggs, traded him to the Houston Texans. They need a receiver. All right. Why would you trade the one team that has been a thorn to you for years now? You will trade them the same position, right, that you need. Well, they traded him in Xavier Worthy. Yeah, the guy that ran 4.2 speed at the combine, the fastest in NFL history, 4.21, matter of fact. Yeah, he's now another toy for Pat Mahomes. And here's the main reason why I'm even doing this stream right here, is because I'm sitting back a couple of days ago and I'm watching whatever, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. I'm watching my social media, just enjoying myself, enjoying my time, trying to laugh. And then I see a clip of training camp, and it's the Chiefs offense versus the Chiefs defense. And there goes Pat Mahomes. No, it's 11 on 11. There's a nice little rush. He spins out to the left, and he's going to his opposite way. As he's going left, Xavier Worthy is on a streak route, a go route, a one route, whatever you want to call it. He's going deep. Just go deep. Just go deep. Pat Mahomes running to his left. He just flings it to the right. I mean, on the money. Xavier Worthy, touchdown. It looked like 60-some yards. I could be wrong. But I was like, whoa. Another freaking for Pat Mahomes to play with. Okay. This might get unfair because you should have had them last year. They were done. A chink in their armor wiped away. There was nothing going right for Kansas City at all to what we know they could be. And they still won the Super Bowl. I'm looking at these teams, the Bills, now the Texans, right? I'm looking at the Ravens. Ravens add Derrick Henry, and then we had the Texans really catapulted themselves as a really good offensive unit by adding Stephon Diggs and getting Joe Mixon from Cincinnati, right? And then, of course, you have the Bengals, right? And Joe Burrow, if you can say healthy, could be the biggest thorn to Kansas City. But I'm like, did teams really get better? And if they did, is it better enough to beat the Chiefs, right? Is Derrick Henry now on the Ravens, is that enough to stop Kansas City? Stephon Diggs going to the Texans, Joe Mixon going to the Texans, is that enough to stop the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Joe Burrow being healthy, with Jamar Chase and maybe T. Higgins, we don't know. Is that enough to beat Kansas City Chiefs? One thing for sure, two things certain. Chiefs got a really good defense, and they have the best quarterback in the National Football League currently, and I think of all time, right? If Taylor Swift and her armies could not distract this Chiefs team, if Kadarius Toney and his ignorance toward the end of the season, right, if that didn't distract this team from winning the Super Bowl, sky's the limit. Because now you have Xavier Worthy, a deep threat, who could be Tyreek Hill 2.0. Who knows? Tyreek Hill has the best agility, that's east and west I've ever seen out of a fast guy, right? So we'll see about that. Two, I don't know, man. I'm trying to find out where's the competition at, and that's why you play the games. That's why you play. But if you couldn't beat Kansas City last year, what are you going to do this year? How are you going to stop them? Maybe the Ravens come out week 1 and beat the Chiefs. I'm not worried about that. Chiefs lost week 1 last year to the Lions, and look bad doing it, and still won the Super Bowl, right? As long as the Chiefs stay healthy, they're going to be AFC West champions. They're going to host at least one playoff game, and they're going to go to the AFC Championship pretty much every single year. Who is that team that will stop the Chiefs? I have no idea, you guys, but a three-peat, very, very, very likely. I'm trying to find ways to say how they'll get stopped, but, it's the NFL. You just need one game to win, and you just pray that it goes in your favor. Who's stopping the Chiefs? Y'all let me know in the comments down below before you leave out of here. Hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Are you a Chiefs fan or not? Let me know. And who's stopping the Chiefs? Is it a three-peat coming? Or will someone finally take over Chiefs Kingdom? Let your boy know in the comments down below. I'm out here, all sports fans. You guys know what time it is. Stay smart. Stay uneducated. Peace. Later on. Look, guys, well, have a blessed rest of your day.